So good afternoon, Standard 8 students. Now I shall be explaining that part in which Musia Defarge and Mr. Lorry, they are trying their best to see if Dr. Minute, the shoemaker, can still recall or is he able to recognize them or not. So now we know that this Musia Defarge was an old servant to Dr. Minute, and after he was released after 18 years, we've come to know the mental state of Dr. Minute. He has lost his memory and he only recalls or remembers his prison number, that is 105 North Tower. And he only remembers that he has a passion for making shoes. So maybe for the past 18 years, he is known by this number and he has forgotten his own name. So when they try to call him by his name, he looks blank. He has lost a memory or he has forgotten his own name. He only remembers his name by the number which was given to him in the prison. Now they're trying to emphasize more, and they said, don't you recognize this fellow, Mr. Lorry? Look at him nicely. Don't you remember your old friend, your banker, your old servant, the good old times that we had? So when they were trying to put in something into the shoemaker's head so that he could recall, he could recollect something. Now remember, his daughter has also come to see the father. Now Mr. Lorry is a very good friend. He was a very good friend to Dr. Minute. And when the separation had taken place, when he was in prison 18 years ago, Lucy, his daughter, was very small. So she was being brought up by Mr. Lorry. And then they had gone elsewhere, and then they had come to know that Dr. Minute had died. But then after a certain time, they came to know that he was still alive, and Musia Defarge is taking care of him. Now, Musia Defarge is an old servant to Dr. Minute. So after 18 years of his imprisonment, when he was released, so the fear of the Evermonde brothers would may kill Dr. Minute, or maybe he was, since he for 18 years he was in a closed enclosure, in a closed room, deprived of light. So that is why the old servant, Musia Defarge, and his wife, they were taking care of Dr. Minute. So they had given him another room on top of the garret, which the room is in the top floor, in the attic. So quite similar to the prison. So Dr. Minute, the shoemaker, has always assumed that he is in prison, where they have scarcity of light. So he was used to doing work in semi-darkness. So it made no difference when these people had come to visit him. So he was used to that kind of darkness. So when they tried to put some more light, he had to put his hands in front to avoid that kind of sunlight that was falling into his eyes. Okay. So now they tried their best to introduce Mr. Lorry, and sometimes Dr. Minute felt that this man, I think I recognize him. But then again, he would go off in a trance. Now the daughter, Lucy Minute, she was not in a position to have that much of patience to see that her father was unable to recognize the people whom are taking care of him. He is not in a position to remember Mr. Lorry, one of his good friends. So she was eager to know whether he would be able to recognize her. Now, Mr. Lorry and Monsieur Defarge, they felt before the girl could get into the room, because they did not know how the shoemaker or how Dr. Menet may react. But all this time they noticed that he was in a daze. He was in a confused state. He was not able to recollect whom he is talking to, and if they have asked him any questions, then again after some time he asks, did you tell me anything? Or did you ask me anything? So he would sooner or later he would forget what you have spoken. So, but they made a little difference when he saw Mr. Lorry. Okay. And then when the girl entered, now he was a bit nervous. So in place of taking one of his tools, he picked up a knife. They felt that he is becoming aggressive and he may cause harm to the girl. But what actually happened was that he was shocked to see a girl in the prison. Okay, those days, these things were not permitted. But since he is in Mr. Monsieur Defarge's house, the top floor, which he feels it is similar to his prison. So that is why when they asked him his name, he mentioned his prison number. And he feels that he is still in North Tower. Okay. So now, when he touches the girl, or when he calms down, then at once he said, "You are not the jailer's daughter. Who are you?" That means he has made out a difference between the jailer's daughter and the girl over here. So now she was very, sad. It's very unfortunate for a young girl to go all out to meet her father, whom she always felt or thought he was dead, he is alive. That eagerness, the anxiety to meet him and to see that he is dull and sullen. Okay, he cannot remember anything. He doesn't know who his own daughter is. He's saying, no, you're not the jailer's daughter. And then, could you imagine how the girl have felt? Tears rolled down because she couldn't bear that my own father has failed to recognize me. Think how she may have had felt. But when she took his hand into her hand, kissed the hand and all that, there was a kind of a thrill that ran through Dr. Menet's body. And he immediately started to recollect. Something was playing in his mind. Something, the touch of this young girl, her clothing, had reminded him of something. So perhaps it had reminded him of his wife and his family 18 years ago. That means he was beginning to recollect or recall his daughter. But he does not recognize her as his daughter. He is thinking about his wife and his family. But then again what happens? Again due to weakness or being less, like he was not communicating with people. Again what happens? He goes off in a trance. Again he goes, like they say, overclouded with darkness. Again everything becomes blank in front of him. And this overclouded in darkness also means that he is used to work in darkness. Okay? And the overclouded with darkness also means that when you turn blank, when you are unable to recollect or recall any past incidents. So that was the sickness of Dr. Bennett. He was actually, every time he was trying to recollect, he would go off in a trance. He would go off. He was not able to connect one thing to another. It was a short memory. He would try his best. Again he would go off. Again he would start making his shoe. So in this way we come to know that Dr. Bennett was a very renowned person and who had falsely been imprisoned for 18 years. And that span of 18 years had forced him to lose or to forget his own name. He began to lose his memory, and the lack of conversation with other people also helped in making him lose or run short of words while he would converse with other people. Okay. Now today I will be sending you some more notes, and the question pattern which is there in what I'll be giving is a similar pattern I will give you for your class test. So I'll see when it is when a date is available. I shall be having the first class test with you. Okay. Once again, read the lesson well, read the question answers, understand, and then with a few more questions and answers, it will help you to understand the lesson better. Thank you.